Come on now. You already know what this is. First things first. God to this. Don't get mad with us. I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. And we got the legacy maker himself, Mr. Exclusive. And we got the one man and the only man that can check you into the Heartbreak Hotel. And that's the Heartbreak Prince himself.
Ah, ah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sending chills all up and down their spines. I'm just a sexy boy.
Sexy boy.
Yeah, a boy toy.
Yeah, you already know.
Oh, man. Look, I ain't gonna lie, this again was not a bad week for wrestling. The beginning, the middle. Come on now.
Yeah,
Chef
yeah.
Shaw. Come on.
It was just the same old Raw.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But the best part of the end of the week was the best part of the end of the week. But let's go ahead and kick it off with the 2 hours and 30 minutes of fire for Monday Night Raw, baby. Monday Night Raw, man. I just, oh man, look,
Hey, free Finn.
A free Finn.
Free Finn, man.
Theme of the show.
Really is, man. It just, man, I all right, let's go ahead and talk because this Raw it has some ups and downs, man. Look, let's go ahead and talk about it. First of all right, Gunther coming out. All right, you know how it is, getting the boos. AJ Styles comes out, confronts Gunther. All right, Gunther puts AJ Styles to the challenge, all ready to have a match with him at Saturday night's main event to put his career on the line. Okay, I said, all right, man, come on, look, we can't keep sitting here making this a whole, we can't keep sitting here making this a whole situation where Saturday night's main event is the actual, the whole pay-per-view for Gunther to just start taking out the legends. We're not gonna keep doing this. I don't know, man. Look, I said, all right, look, I get it because you did it to Goldberg. I understood it when you did it to the Never Seen 17, but you ain't gonna do this to the Phenomenal One, man.
It's insane work.
And Killer 2.0.
I don't appreciate it. I know they say AJ's contract is up in February, the first week of February, which is odd timing. But yeah, his contract is up then. So if he loses, then we know the deal. That's sad. Not this way.
Yeah, and because it is crazy. Because the way it was announced initially was like, AJ Styles next year will be his last year, and so you're thinking you have time. And when this whole thing happened on Raw, and it's like your career on the line, I'm like, well, surely they're not going to put his career on the line at the Rumble
January
and then have another career on the line match maybe in SummerSlam. Like at that point, it's kind of lost its luster. So
right,
I'm like, when he agreed to it, I said, oh no, this is the final match.
Now the only thing I can think of, you guys remember when Flair was retiring and they was like, hey, your next loss, like how Vince was like, hey, your next loss is your final match. And Flair went on this streak where he was just taking people out that he
just winning everything
until he lost to Shawn Michaels. So unless they're doing that, I don't have a good feeling about it's tonight, right? It's tonight, right?
Good.
Yeah. And the thing is, he technically beat Gunther, even though he didn't beat Gunther. Like, because Gunther's still tapped.
Oh, man.
So it's just one of those things where, he's still tapped, but he didn't, classic heel stuff. I don't know, man.
You hate to
This
see it.
I don't know how I feel.
You're losing the phenomenal
said,
one a month after Cena. I mean, this is crazy work.
No,
yeah,
man,
and he just popped up at freaking TNA.
Yeah,
so
which
it's
was
like,
cool. It's like maybe he's just saluting everybody low key. Oh man, no, man.
nah. Yeah.
Let's
talk about this next one, man. Look, let's talk about this with Maxine Dupree going up against the man, Becky Lynch. Now, I thought this was interesting right here. Natalya, okay, taking Becky Lynch's leg, putting on the rope. I said, okay, kind of seen this coming. But at the same time, the man, hitting the manhandle slam on Maxine to the point to where she gets the dub, gets the 1, 2, 3. And honestly, then to the point where Maxine is asking Natalya, why? Come on. Why are you even asking? Natalya beating the hell out of Maxine. And honestly, we'll see what happens with it. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. I done said this plenty of times before. When it comes to Becky Lynch, the man,
the man.
I love it, man. I love it. Look, I mean, I didn't expect Maxine to win it. I would have been pissed if she did. I would have definitely been like, all right, so what do we even do that for? But I mean, for Natalya, I mean, I thought this was gonna happen like last year. So the fact that they're bringing this back, I mean, this is good timing for Natty, but I don't know, man.
This vibe, this is just an early vibe from it. It feels like they about to give her Naomi run, where we never seen Naomi as a heel other than when she was with Bad, but it wasn't the same. And I think they about to say, hey, look, it worked with Naomi. It could definitely work with Natty, right? And look, everybody respects Natty. She's been doing this for a long time. And so, I mean, she's definitely the longest reigning like female in the locker room. All right. She has to be. I don't count Nikki Bella because she was away for years. But like I could see them saying, okay, this is her chance to be, have that Naomi run while Naomi's out. And I'm good with it, depending on how they do it. She would be great as world champion, though. So I just throwing it out there. If they do it right, she would be great as world champion. So they need this on Raw.
Yeah, I mean, I
was like, I don't know.
Let's go to the next.
I always said nope.
No, I don't have nothing against Natty. It's just Maxine Dupree was showing some promise to me, and is this a detour where she's going to face Natty, is going to kind of build her back up, put her back in, like what does this mean for Maxine, or is this going to be like a one-off where they had this match with Natty disappears from off television again, for months, and then Maxine Dupree is gone as well, and they've moved on to the new toy that has come in or that they've brought up, and we don't get to see this continual growth of Maxine Dupree. I really did feel like Becky and Maxine had something going, and was starting to take the shape of like a little rivalry, dare I say, and now, like, I don't know. And I understand it's getting close to WrestleMania season, and they generally bring Natty back for some like the big WrestleMania Royal Rumble time frame, and then after that, she's kind of gone again. But I just hate to see this for Maxine Dupree because I just don't know how this story is going to unfold around her, and I thought she was showing promise, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. I feel you, man. I think that's kind of how I'm feeling about it too. It's really just, for me, it's really a toss-up. I don't really know how they're gonna really handle the whole like Natty situation. Then even with Maxine, they had they had a good thing going with it, and then just man, let's cut.
And I would have liked to have seen maybe this turn at like if you want, let's say Saturday night's main event. But I would like to have seen like a turn like this happen at like a pay-per-view. Like the belt is on the line, a bigger stage, like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Then
give Natty that moment. Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. But it again. Next.
next slide, please.
Let's go ahead and talk about it, man. Look, see how it is with this, man. Look, okay. We had Rey Mysterio, Penta, Dragon Lee, okay, going up against Logan Paul, Bronson Reed, and Austin Theory. Division, you know how it goes. Look. The whole thing with the brass knuckles, okay? Logan Paul trying to give Austin Theory the brass knuckles. Adam Pearce sees the brass knuckles, grabs it, says to Paul Heyman, "What's this?" Okay. At that point, I said, "All right, we got something going here." All right. I thought this was him trying to do this with him. He said, "What's this? Huh? What is this?" I said, "Adam, come on, bro. Why are you so upset every time I see you, sir?"
It's official.
I need a drink. Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, at that point, it gets to the point where Paul Heyman puts his finger in Adam Pearce's face. Adam Pearce leaving, okay, classic good stuff right here, leaving the brass knuckles on the end of the apron, okay, to the point to where Rey Mysterio, I said, little heel work, grabs the brass knuckles, hits Austin Theory, and Penta hitting that Mexican destroyer on Austin Theory, and it's these guys really getting the dub over the Vision. Now, I thought this was a little interesting here. Many reasons why I say that. First of all, Dirty Dom, I think he's right. Every time we're seeing brinks of Rey Mysterio being a deadbeat dad. Look, this is heel stuff right here. I said, Ray grabbing the brass knuckles?
Hell yeah, Ray. Good, do what you got to do.
I said, you know what? This is what Dirty Dom be talking about. I thought this was interesting, though, man. I ain't gonna lie. This whole thing with Adam Pearce having to deal with the Vision, I feel like it's just weekly shenanigans with them. I don't think it's really nothing kind of building up the Vision in any way, like, to make me go, like, I like this whole feud. Like, the Vision doesn't feel like how I know somebody that I can explain. A faction that only one man that can really slap his own people into what he thinks. Okay. All right. Now my computer want to mess up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Is it not
now? That's crazy. You know what? It's all right. It's all right. I see how it is. The devil will be working hard, but Eric Knight. Damn. Oh my gosh. It's okay. I'm gonna get it back in a second. I'm gonna get it back
all day, every day. Every day.
I got you.
From taking out jet speed, and it's Jake Doyle. This guy is an animal.
Talking about
Don Callis. Only him, man. I'm telling you. Oh man. All right. Give me a second, y'all. My computer's acting crazy. I'm just getting a whole bunch of something with damn. Oh god. Good old Florida, man. Florida.
Shout out to Florida Evans because these are good times.
These are good times, man.
Yeah, that's good times.
Yeah,
Telling you, man. But yeah, it's just like with the whole thing with the Vision, man. I just don't feel like there's anything that's grasping me to be like, yeah, this is a family. This is a problem. These guys are somebody I see as a whole real faction. Not to say they're not, but it's just they're not. I hate to say it, but they need set. And a lot of times I'm like, damn, I can only imagine how the Vision was going to be if it was, and if it was still Seth, the Man, Becky Lynch in the Vision. Oh my God, I feel like they would have still been cooking by now. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, that's what. Go ahead, Prince. Go ahead, Prince.
No, go do your thing, Mr. Exclusive. I'm sorry.
No, all I gotta say is that we talked about this, and in length in the last couple of weeks, and it's just like the Vision has no vision. That's just what it comes down to. That it's like you said, Eric, they're just putting things together for weekend shenanigans. There's no storyline. The juice that we got, the little bit of juice that we got from Austin Theory becoming a part of the Vision has slowly deteriorated. Logan Paul is just there. Him losing the title a couple weeks ago is the worst thing. That if you're going to keep the Vision afloat, that was probably going to be the move. Obviously, they weren't ready to make that happen. And now it's just like they're just there. Now they're just beefing with Adam Pearce. Now they're just a low tier. They're a low tier faction. Nobody cares about the Vision. How do you fumble something so bad? Boy.
Yeah, I think that at this point in time, they got to do a better job of using screen time with when it comes to the Vision. Maybe they need to take them off television for just a little bit, or maybe they need to send them out to like cause chaos and other things, like to build some type of story around them. But I think each week we dedicate 30 minutes of a 2.5 hour show to 45 minutes of a 2.5 hour show strictly to the Vision. Like I'm talking about between the vignettes, them coming out, speaking on the mic for 30 minutes to start the show, and then you get Paul Heyman like two to three times different, or 2 to 3 times throughout the segment. Back with Adam Pearce. Still don't know who's making the phone calls and why Adam Pearce is so nervous. We don't know if Adam Pearce is going to still have his job or if he's retiring from Raw. I don't understand what's going on there either. But I think the Vision needs a reset in a sense of purpose. And it has come down to the Vision is Braun Breaker winning the WWE Championship. But then you got the other guys that have no purpose. Like they're not seeking tag team championships. They're not seeking intercontinental championships.
Nothing.
They're not seeking anything. So you're only focused on one person in the Vision. And Braun, he's suspended now. So now you just have, what does Logan Paul want from the Vision? What does Austin Theory want from the Vision? Like, what is the Vision? What does Braun Breaker want to get from the Vision? Like, what is their why? What is their purpose? And I think they have done a poor job of really setting that up. Everything has just been centered around them just coming out and saying, we're the Vision. But nobody in the arena
there is no vision.
Watching knows what the Vision is. Like, okay, so what is your purpose? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to accomplish? And so I think that's what's hurting them. So I think they just need to go ahead, either crumble this faction, or they really need to have somebody step up and really start to build around, like take over the story and say, Braun, in my mind, I'm thinking it should be Austin Theory. Braun Breaker, Logan Paul, you two go get the tag team titles. I'm going to go after the WWE Championship or the Intercontinental title. Whatever. Set the stage of what your purpose is, and then just be devilish all the way through accomplishing that goal. Whether it has to be going back in the locker room, destroying tag teams backstage, showing the chaos and carnage they're leaving behind. Austin Theory, getting involved in any type of Intercontinental Championship match or championship opponent, whatever, just causing havoc, saying, until I get what I want, this will be every week. Go ahead and have give Adam Pearce his heart attack, because he can't keep him under control. But I just think they need to have some type of like story, some type of vibe, some type of feel, so that when I'm watching them, I'm like, I understand what their purpose is and what they're driving to do. As of right now, I don't know. It just seemed like the Seth thing really just put a damper in everything. And now, we're really just living off the entails of like what Seth probably originally thought of as a great idea, or the creative thought of as a good idea. But They banked on Seth being there, and now that he's not there, they don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I would rather you give that time to some other wrestlers that we haven't seen in a while, or maybe some other wrestlers that we can be building up a intercontinental championship reign or thing or something like that. Like, that's 45 minutes of time each week that we could do some good stuff with.
Yeah, it's bad because one thing, first of all, Logan Paul doesn't need division. Like,
no.
Logan Paul can stand on his own. Like, I don't even understand why he's there.
No.
The Austin Theory makes sense. Get it. Bronson Reed. Be honest with you, I even think Bronson Reed doesn't need division. Like, I feel like he would be fine on his own. Like, he has a thing. The Tsunami alone is
he's been fine on his own.
He's been fine on his own. I mean, I be honest with you, nobody in this group needs each other. The only person that needs this group is Austin Theory. He's the only person,
or maybe Paul Heyman. I don't know.
And Paul Heyman, but he's the only person in the group that truly needs this vision if they want to make him, a little bit further on. But I don't know what they do from here, and it's unless they find a way to somehow bring Seth back in the mold, and he's like, oh, guys, you did with you failed without me. You did this, and now I'm back to put the pieces together. I would accept that. Like, if he says you did what you needed to do. I hope you got it off your chest. Now let me visualize the vision the right way and then go from there. Whatever. They need to do something. And then it's not good. It's bad.
It's bad. Sinbad.
Yeah, Sinbad. Yeah. Sinbad. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Well, let's go ahead and talk about this next segment, man. Look, this wasn't bad right here. Okay. Look, I ain't even gonna lie. I felt like Raw was like the episode where everybody just declared they was gonna be in the Royal Rumble. I said, okay, so Cody does it. Now about everybody else does it. Rhea says, I'm gonna be in the Rumble. Io, I'm gonna be in the Rumble. Liv and Raquel come out to tell Rhea and Io, well, yeah, we're in the Royal Rumble, and also so is Raquel. I said, my God. And honestly, I mean,
is it necessary?
I mean, and that's what I was about to say. Like, I don't truly think, I don't think we need to have, first of all, both the tag team champions in the Royal Rumble. I mean, it's fine. That's typical to happen. But I mean, two of the people that, well, actually, 3 of the people in that commercial were in that one segment alone. So they got to have from that WrestleMania commercial. So they got to have some kind of relevancy in this. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't even think this whole thing was necessary. I like the fact that they still got Raquel, looking like big sexy.
Big sexy. Big sexy. Yeah.
I like that whole dynamic. But I don't know. I just. It's a toss-up for me with this, man. I don't know. I love Liv, though. I think Liv and Raquel, I think they're killing it, though. I love to see them as a tag team. I think they're killing it, though.
The build to the Rumble this year is not good. Maybe
very microwave.
And you know what it probably is? It's probably because they ain't finished the stadium over there. Because they got a week to finish the stadium. I hope nobody fall. Like, I hope they just sit in the stands and then just start collapsing. That's could be a travesty, if something like that happens. But they're building this stadium obviously for this, but this stadium also needs to be built for WrestleMania next year. So I'm assuming they're going to probably use the same stadium for WrestleMania next year. So this thing needs to be top notch. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be using it, it needs to be ready. This whole setup for both Rumbles, like, is the only person declared on the men's side Cody? Because I haven't heard anybody else. Is it the only person? And Yeet Man, the defending royal champion. Let's hope he gets out first.
Yeah, he did that. He did that on Raw. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did that.
Yeah. I don't know. The build this year is not good, and it still doesn't feel like, most years you can kind of get a feel like, okay, this person is going to win, or it's going to be like last year. I felt like there was 8 people, like legitly. I said there's 8 people that can win this, and I would either be okay with it or it makes sense. This year, I have no clue.
They only said one.
WWE creative has no vision, because that's another theme of the show. The vision is just not there. And I don't know. And it really, this one's probably gonna be one of the most predictable Rumbles that we've ever seen. I just know it better not be Cody. That's all we want. You know, I don't know.
But anybody but Cody.
To take a short line from the preview of WWE Unreal and Triple H's mind, this is great because he would probably say, if you don't see it coming, Rumble, then it makes us look great. So I think the fact that we don't know who's going to win the Royal Rumble about the gate, and we like it's up in the air. I like that.
I don't
necessarily need like every wrestler each week to come out and say, I'm declaring for the Royal Rumble. No crap. Like no crap. Like,
well, congratulations, sir.
Because it's a chance to go to WrestleMania. It's
Who's
a
not
chance
to
win the title. So if I was on the roster, I'm in the Royal Rumble.
I'm declaring right now.
I'm declaring now. Like I declared
last
year.
Have declared for the Rumble. We're in there, baby.
Yeah, it's no surprise. I don't need you to tell me you're declaring for the Royal Rumble. I just know you're going to be in it. Like naturally, it's only so many of you. It's 30 people that's got to be in this thing. I'm pretty sure you're one of the 30. So like, I don't need you. It doesn't give me any excitement. Like, oh my gosh, Rhea Ripley just declared for the Royal Rumble. What am I going to do? Like, I expected you to be in there, Rhea.
Fully.
I expect you to be there, Liv.
Barring injury.
Barring injury, I expected you to be in there. So I expected to hear, this is my brutality. I understand. But so I don't know. Like on the women's side and the men's side, it's a toss-up. It's kind of fresh this year in the sense of like for the last couple of years, all of us have been close of like, oh, this person's definitely winning the Rumble. This person's definitely winning the Rumble. This year is a little bit of a toss-up because you at this point you don't really know if it's going to be Sami Zayn, if it's going to be LA Knight, if it's going to be Roman Reigns. Because you really don't know what the Royal Rumble or the WrestleMania picture is going to look like. But I'm assuming that in this whole thing somewhere they got Roman Reigns is back, so he's going to be in that main event title somewhere.
Yeah, there's no way.
And then Cody Rhodes. Yep, and I know you still got elimination chamber. So it's like it's got to be one of these top 3 or 4 people. But it would be so fresh if it was somebody that we just did not expect. If it was, I can't say maybe some people do expect LA Knight, but if it was an LA Knight, if it was a Trick Williams or just somebody new that they're just going to be putting into that stage, a Finn Balor, free Finn, something like that, it would be great. But I'm still intrigued just by the idea of like, look, there's no clear cut person right now, and I think that is a good thing.
Yeah. I think we'll figure it out. I think that if they're smart, they probably go somewhere kind of where they did with maybe somebody who's like maybe a Sam. Now I want to say Sami Zayn, but a Sami Zayn style person, where it's like, okay, you've had some trials and tribulations, you're trying to get up there, and their story, telling their story to WrestleMania would be fun to be involved in. So that part is where it gets interesting. Like LA Knight would work because we all know everybody feels like he should have been world champion at some point by now. Jey Uso worked last year because we all knew, even though it may not have been the best, we all knew that, okay, Jey Uso is over with the crowd. Can he get past the hump and be this guy who's the number one person? We had thoughts of maybe he's the next in line for the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something that has layers to the story that builds us on throughout the rest of the year. You can't just give it to somebody and go from there.
Yeah, and something you just said, Mr. Xclusive, like the best stories of seeing someone win at WrestleMania is always the story of, can this person get over the hump? Us as fans watching somebody that has struggled, has never held it, whatever, try to get over the hump. That is what made Cody and Roman the first time so dope, was the fact that there was the whole story of Cody's dad, one of the greatest, wrestlers of all time, legendary wrestlers of, in the game or whatever, never held the WWE championship, or he held it, but it was some technicality. And so he never was really credited as being the champion. So like the story of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be the first in my family. Because it's still it's crazy when he said that I thought, Goldust never did have the belt, and Goldust was phenomenal back in my day.
Goldust was great.
He was
Goldust
phenomenal. Like, you would never put the name.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that stuff. Like, and just thinking, who is this guy on my television so flamboyant and just, and then I just grew to like him. Like, this dude is dope. Just the stuff he was doing, the match with Roddy Piper, like all of that. And I was just like, dang, it's crazy that they never put him in a main event to win it. The whole thing. I remember them taking his pants down and he had on the daggone thong over it. It was insane stuff that was going on back on television those days. But Goldust was great, and I was like, dang, now to think about it, he never did have the championship title. That's kind of crazy. That
great Intercontinental champion, Intercontinental champion. Goldust. He would have been great WWE champion. He was good on the mic. Oh
yeah. Oh, if you had a Goldust versus Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, like a whole thing with that, like, oh my god,
I would have been invested. I would have been so invested in that at a WrestleMania. That would have been insane.
Yep,
he was good.
Yeah,
he was good.
That would have. But my to get back to on track here, it was kind of crazy. But that's what made his story great. What made Jey Uso, like you said, great. The climb, the rise. Like, can he overcome this? This is great.
Kofi.
And so that's what you want to see. Like, it's always the underdog story. We all sit here and we just want the underdog. We root for the underdog. And this year, I don't really know who the underdog is. Because I would feel like the heavily favored person to win it all is Braun, and you set up a Braun versus CM Punk. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen. Braun, but I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. I mean, like I said, the Kofi style. See, here's the thing. I feel like they fumbled. If they'd have done this right, Sammy winning the Rumble could have been perfect. But I feel like along the way, it's just been a weird feel about it, and it doesn't feel as natural. Like, oh my god, y'all, Sammy's finally going to get it. The lovable loser is finally going to get it. Like that, it doesn't have that same feel. They haven't built it up well enough for us to be like, man, if Sammy wins it, man, it's going to be amazing. Like, if this was 2 years ago when he lost to Roman, him winning in that WrestleMania would have been magic because everybody, like, they fell in love with Sammy. They loved him in the bloodline. If he was the one to dethrone Roman at WrestleMania, it could have been storybook, but that's not what happened. And so now, like, trying to force feed it to us when we don't care no more, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a really bad road to WrestleMania if Sami Zayn wins the Royal Rumble. I'm just throwing it out there now.
One last thing on this too. You got to think about Randy Orton. All right.
Yes.
And his possibility of winning it. I know he won it 6 years ago, was it? If I'm
it's been a while.
It's
been a while. But it
was right before 2017, right? Yeah,
2017. So okay, so 9 years ago, somewhere, whatever. I can't do the math right now.
I think he won it twice. Yeah, I think it's 09. I think he won it in 09 and then he won it in 17.
Yeah, 17.
Yeah. 17. Okay, so 9 years ago. And he's been planting the seeds for a story. And I think the fans are really buying and want to see him win it for the 15th time. Now, I know this is going to sound dumb, but I don't know how marketable it is to have Randy Orton, I'm sorry, carrying the championship or title. Like, is that, like, while it may be cool, what happens after that, I guess, is my thing. Like, seeing him win it, he's got it for the 15th time. Okay, now what? Okay, what story do we have? What are we doing with him after that? Like, because I remember when he won it in 17, we were excited about it, but then they didn't do hardly anything with him. And he ended up losing the title or dropping the title later to that same year.
Oh, I forgot who did he lose it to the Miz? Didn't the Miz win? No, the Miz didn't win Money in the Bank that year, did he? It was something weird. But
it wasn't Roman. He dropped it to somebody. Yeah, I can't think of it right now. I have to. Yeah. And it was because he just said it the other day.
2017.
Yeah, because he said it the other day. He
Jinder
said,
Mahal.
It was Jinder Mahal.
I beat you by the time. That's what it was.
Oh my god.
That's what it was. He dropped the Jinder because that's when they was doing this whole
baby.
And we knew then it was a business deal. That was a business decision because at the time Vince was trying to get in with Saudi. And then after that, they started going overseas in India, and then they started getting Saudi money and started doing pay-per-views over there. And so they needed Jinder Mahal at that time. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. Because I would say I remember it being something like random, like almost like you would have never thought he would have lost the title to.
But yeah,
it was just wrong.
Yeah, because he won in 09, won in 17. I think he beat Bray Wyatt.
Bray Wyatt. Yeah, that's when they did the title match at Mania. Yeah.
Yeah, look, was there for it. Look, there for it and disappointed. Ladies and gentlemen. I was like, no, not what is this match they have going on here? This is stupid. And I love Randy, but yeah, I think Randy.
What do y'all think? Like, do y'all think Randy would win this Rumble here and then go on to win his 15th? Like, is that the story?
My thing is, I feel like if he wins his 15th, and I felt like it should have been against Cody. Like at some point, like if Cody was still champion and he wins the Rumble, I would be cool with that because I feel like there's a story there that would be beautiful because we all seen them grow together in legacy. We know them, and they have shown hints of them like maybe Randy switching back, and it would have been perfect because I feel like we could have switched to heel Orton in time for Mania, and it would have been like a masterpiece, and we might have actually get the punt again. So, but I don't know if they go that route without Cody being champion because him and Punk, maybe. And who's the other champion right now? Punk and then
Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre. Maybe
and
him and Drew.
And they're kind of teasing. We're gonna talk about that with Smackdown.
They teasing a little bit.
Yeah. It kind of made me feel a little.
All right, let's go because we 40 minutes in.
we talking deep.
Are we talking Rumble?
Look. See. Okay, there we go. Hold on now. Laptop trying to mess up on me again. Look, the devil working hard, but Eric Knight is working hard. I'm not taking this.
Not today, sir. Not today, Satan.
All right, let's get into it, man. So honestly, let's go ahead and flash forward to this next thing, man. Look, Javon Evans. Okay, this really ended in a no contest. Javon Evans and El Grande Americano. Apparently he had a little injury. Thankfully, it's nothing too serious, nothing like a surgery. Just something they said he's good, so thank God. All right. Then we flash forward, man, to the main event. Oh, man. We had the main event, CM Punk, just
quiet. It's like, oh man, it was such a great start to this match. I mean,
it's like this is truly the promos that he cut, everything. I think this is, what I'm
fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
We're sick of this, bro. I'm sick of this. I mean, just oh man, look, this is just ridiculous. I'm about done with this, man. This whole thing with Finn.
Yeah.
Finn.
Look, if done right, that's your Rumble runner right there. I'm telling you now, like
it could be. I would love it.
And I don't want to give hope, because we all know they don't care about us. But if you do this right, we know the story behind it. He slowly comes back to being Finn. Fans would get behind Finn Balor winning the Rumble and winning the World Championship again. Like, people love Finn, and they miss. And like we all missed it.
Oh yeah.
And like as soon as I heard, I was floating through. I forgot the show had started early, and I said, "Oh!" And I'm over in the house. My wife said, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Damn." I'm in the house listening. But if you're smart, that's your Rumble winner right there, because it's a little bit of a surprise. It is a little,
and the banger,
and it would work.
The banger that they just had, you run that back in Mania,
exactly, and you was like, Punk, and you got me
as so Demon Finn.
Then you get Demon. Why are we not in creative? But that's just.
I'm telling you right now, this could cook, man. This could cook.
It could work. It could work, and people would be happy with it. Nobody's gonna be mad if Finn Balor beats CM Punk for the title. Like, low key, Finn has been like dropping hints. It's time for me to be who I am in 2026. Like he said it.
Yeah, he's been saying it.
He flashed the demon. This is time. If you're gonna make it happen, do it now, and no one's gonna be upset. 10 years. It's perfect. He's been 10 years since he's been champion. He had the belt for one night. He's been stuck in this rut where he's been helping people in the Judgment Day and get back. Time, make it happen. This is it. It's time.
Come on. Come on. No, I'm playing. No, seriously.
Clobbering time. Something. I mean, like, make it happen.
I don't even want to get my hopes up, but I
don't want to do that to you, Elwood. I'm sorry.
But I think you talk about an underdog story and a story you could tell leading all the way up to WrestleMania.
Something about
Finn
that last
kind of reclaiming. Man. Yep. And they had a long conversation in the ring. I think CM Punk enjoyed the match. They put on a great match. And I know it's in there. I know Finn is great. And I it breaks my heart that the world has never really got to see the NXT Finn that we saw from back in the day, or even maybe some of the New Japan Finn, just because he had the one opportunity and the same night he won it, he injured himself and they never passed him to Rock again. I've said that
Seth
before.
Did, yeah.
And yep, Seth buckle bombed him on the not even buckle bomb. Well, it was a buckle bomb, but it was on the outside barricade.
On the barricade, yeah.
Yeah, and he tore his shoulder up, and and they never went back to him. Because if I remember correctly, I know Vince was already hesitant of putting the title on a guy like Finn's size. Vince like the bigger dudes. And but he went with it, and I thought it was a great choice, but they never went back to him. And Finn, this like him coming out Monday to the old music, even though he didn't get the first leg slap because he's like it was so loud he couldn't even hear, but it was.
But that tells you
it was still good. The crowd was into it, and I know they were in Ireland. But I really do think that they could build on this story of like Finn finding the Finn of old and going after the main title and then having another match with CM Punk at WrestleMania. Maybe we get the Demon Finn. And every time they've used the Demon Finn has been a gimmick. And I know he talked about that on Cody Rhodes' show because the Demon Finn we saw in NXT, the Jack the Ripper Demon Finn, like that stuff was just magic. Oh my gosh, the belt being on the ground, seeing him crawl out to it, seeing the music getting hit, and he grabs it. Like, it's just magic. It's why I chose to come out as Finn Balor at the wedding.
It was a beautiful move, sir.
Finn, he's the prince. He was that dude, and I free Finn.
Free Finn. I mean, and that's the thing, man. Like there's so many like we, even with Shinsuke, people like that, like their chances were there, and it's like you just didn't even give him the shot. Yeah, just put the strap on him and let's see how, because the fan reactions are going to be insane. That's what you want, right? Yeah. You want the guy, and it's not like Finn or a guy like Shinsuke can't carry that title and do it well. Yes, Shinsuke has a little bit of the language barrier. He could have been able to do it, right? And it's just, but Finn has it all. He may not be a monster, but the guy would be amazing. Look.
And can kill it on the mic.
Kill it on the mic. I'm done. I free Finn. I'm with the Prince. Free Finn.
Free Finn.
Come on.
Free Finn.
Come on. Hashtag free Finn.
Free Finn. But
it was good. Talked about. At least it was good. Real quick, it was still good to see him hear his old music again and see him come out with the old intro with the that was good to see.
And in his home country too, because like I think that's what, and like I like the fact that they were so behind him. It made me go, this could be him everywhere.
This could be everywhere. Yep. Could you imagine that at WrestleMania? Like, yeah, they was like, here it is, the main event, night one, more likely because it's the World Heavyweight Championship, and then you hear the Demon, and it goes from there, man. You know what? Why are we not in creative? After watching Unreal, we should be in creative.
We should be, because some of the stuff I'd be like, yo, how are y'all struggling with this?
These niggas are lost. He's like, what do you want to do? Oh my God. I was like, it makes you even more mad because when we know, it's like, man, what are they thinking? And then you watch them do it and you like, they don't know what they do. You said, let's put cameras in here and then you can watch us not know what we're doing.
Yeah. And we're still gonna make money off of it.
It's so crazy.
It is unreal. It's unreal.
It's unreal that it's this bad. It's unreal that it's bad. Michael Hayes, I was ready to fight him. Oh, I could get.
And I just think of the story of seeing like what would lead Finn to having to go to that realm of having to become Demon Finn. Like you got all that time from Royal Rumble all the way up to WrestleMania to do it, because you could think about CM Punk can eat him up, on the mic. About, hey, we faced each other before and I beat you in your hometown and this, that, the other. Right. And that's just more that feeds to what he had, the mentality he has to go to, to overcome this obstacle that is CM Punk. I'm the best in the world, and when I feel like getting rid of it, leaving the site, how he talks and he gets,
right.
And you got, it's all things that build Finn and to do what he needs to do. But and then it's the magic of WrestleMania. When we watch WrestleMania, we watch it for spectacles like a demon Finn. Like that's what you deliver at a WrestleMania. Those type of intros and things of that nature. I mean, I hope for it, but I won't hold my. I don't know if Finn Balor is a. I don't know if Finn is a Triple H guy. I know he. I still just think it's going to go to Braun Breaker. That's in my head.
And it's crazy, bro. Last time, because I know we got to move on, and we are deep in this. But I just want to throw it. Could you imagine Finn like just stalking, like, and Demon Finn at that? Like,
yes,
they're showing like different like promos, or he's in the ring, or they flash him like, or they're in the backstage, and you see Demon Finn like just chilling in the background, like staring at him, and it's just slowly building it up. And he's like, and Punk's like, I know you've been looking at me, and I'm like, what are you talking about, man? I don't know what you mean. Like, you know what?
Yeah,
this is good stuff. This is good.
It's
stuff.
good. It is good. I think they found something here if they want to go for it.
They could.
Oh, man.
All right. Let's
stress myself out.
We done talked about, some of the decent things that happened on Monday Night Raw. Now it's time to talk about that man Sean hooking it up on NXT.
Free Finn,
man.
Upset now.
It's crazy.
I need a shirt. We need to get a shirt. Free Finn.
Free Finn, man.
I need a drink.
Adam Pearce, for real. No Adam Pearce. Oh man, NXT, man. What can I say? Obviously, Sean, you cook up. And honestly, even from the last match, I wasn't mad. And I said to myself, there better be some good damn answers for this, and we're gonna get into that in a little bit. But let's talk about this first match. This first match, man, we had Adam Page, beating Elio LaFleur. Now, this is a French luchador. If y'all don't know, I thought this was pretty dope anyway. Yeah, man, he's dope. But getting the roll-up pin, hands on the tights, Ethan Page getting the dub, and then when he's coming out, Ricky Saints comes out, addresses him, tells him, go relax, champ. Enjoy the rest of your night. Gave him a little slap on the leg, whatever. I said, all right, Ricky. All right, now. This is a little interesting. But yeah, man, I thought this was something interesting from this. Yeah, he out here looking like I don't even know, man. This man clean though, don't get me wrong.
Like Poison Ivy, I don't know.
I don't know.
Hey, bro.
I think
Miami Dolphin.
Like a pumpkin. Yeah.
Miami Dolphin. Yeah.
Miami Dolphin, bro.
Miami pumpkin. It's so many things that I see.
It's like Saturday Night Fever or something going. What's going on, my guy?
I hear Oba's voice. You and Trick Williams trying, fighting over best dressed. All of that nonsense.
That's nonsense. Oh man. Yeah. I thought that was good. But we got to talk about this next one, man. This was interesting. Shiloh Hill beating Josh Briggs to enter into the ladder match. Now, I will say this, okay? What happened after this, I said, all right, this is what Mr. Xclusive was talking about. You see it. The Don.
Yeah.
Tony D'Angelo, man. Look, this was dope. Came again out of nowhere, just out here choke slamming everybody. He choke slammed Josh Briggs. Okay, choke slammed Shiloh Hill.
That's right.
Then, look at Ricky, man. Ricky said, "What's wrong with you? Get out of here!" Oh man, this was hilarious. But yeah, man, I think this whole thing with Tony D'Angelo, I really like what they're doing with this. I think so far, first of all, with Ricky, I like. This is one thing I really need to talk about that I like. I like the fact that they had Ricky out there doing commentary. I said, see, look, another notch in the belt, another talent that I know you got, Ricky. You can talk, of course. But one thing that I've hated that's been a thing probably in the last year, when they bring somebody out and you got them in a chair, and I meant to talk about this last week actually before the devil tried to take me out last week off the show.
Oh yeah, that was. That's right. That's
yeah,
right.
We was talking about Jay because I was about to say this. I hate the fact, like I never understood the fact why have the person sit there out there in the chair in front of the commentary table when you can just have them on commentary. I just don't understand. I would rather listen to them talk and then have whether it's Michael Cole, Joe Tessitore, whatever, interviewing the person that's there as the match is going.
Yeah.
I like, what's the point of the person just sitting there? I mean, anybody could be sitting there for all that. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I like this though. Ricky was very entertaining as always, but Tony D'Angelo, this whole thing, I'm gonna choke slam everybody. Hey, do you? I ain't mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. But another thing too, it seems like they're really trying to go with the younger talent route. Shiloh Hill. We've seen was it my man Sean Legacy? I think we're about to get to him shortly as well. A little interesting. Okay, but what's y'all thoughts about this whole thing, especially with Ricky and Ethan Page, though?
Well, I'll say this. I'll say first of all, Tony D, NXT Sting. I'm loving it. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's a good feel. I like what they're doing with him. We were worried. Remember, we were talking about how worried we're like, well, what did he do now? He's technically not the Don anymore, or that feels like that's gone. What do they do with him? And I like what they've done with him because, like, he's a part of that last. He's probably out of the men, like one of that last group of like NXT stars that you can say, okay, he hasn't been world champion, but he has enough, talent to be that person and, run the ship there. And like with Trick gone and all the people gone, like who step up to the next, step up to the plate out of the NXT, I guess, originals per se. He's a guy that you could see maybe carry that mantle. He's always been good on the mic. They did a really good job with doing his vignettes and all that stuff. Perfect. Like he works. If he's going to go the route where he's not talking and he's just doing stuff, cool. Game plan. Ricky and Ethan, yeah, just all the spark in the world, man. They both talk. They both got good energy. They have a nice little rivalry, and I was cool with it. Ricky's a funny guy. And then, Ethan's just got a different type of swag to him. Like they just AEW, and I didn't say you guys fumbled, these two guys, but AEW has been hitting on a lot lately, but they fumbled on these two guys, and they're going to be perfect at some point on the main roster, but I think they're going to really help this next wave of NXT stars grow. And because you can tell now they're like, look, we're dumping a lot of our major people and sending them up, moving them on. We've got to get the next crop in. We got to get the next group in. So I'm still reserving judgment to see how they figure it all out, but it seems like they're figuring it out. And I'll let Sean cook. I'll just let him cook.
Especially that boy, Keanu Carver.
Crash out. I'm not calling him anything else but crash out. He is a YN crash out. This guy is just, I ain't doing no interview. I'm like, what you so mad for, man? He just want to say check in on you. No. I was like, yeah, homeboy. He is the definition of a YN crash out. And that's who I'm calling him. YN crash out. That's his name. I ain't even calling you Keanu. No. Crash out. That's who you are, bro. Crash out is angry. What's wrong, bro? It's not that serious. I ain't doing nothing. I'm like, okay, say less, bro. Say less. I listen to you, man. Then I saw that video that he yelled at Booker T. Because I didn't really watch LFG, and I'm shame on me, whatever.
Yeah.
But I saw the clip where him and Booker got into it, and Booker was mad at him, and the dude was like, man, dog, man. I said, okay, crash out, bro.
I don't give a damn if you mad.
I was like, what? Crash out. YN crash out.
Going crazy.
That dude's a trip.
And it's always those ones that still make it through the show and make it to into the business. That's typically what happens. And it looks like that's what he's doing.
Man.
And I don't know. Just real quick, for the sake of time, Ricky Saints, love him and Ethan Page. They seem to have this thing going where two heels are kind of teaming up. They're trying to take over a locker room, probably. So I'm interested to see where that goes because the way they kind of keep meeting up and talking, and they had the backstage promo later that day with what's my boy, young Randy Orton.
Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne was doing his promo, and they both kind of came together and tag teamed them. As far as attacking him, it sounds a little.
Yeah, what a bit
but yeah, they were on him. I was like, okay, they got something going here. And then lastly, with the young guys, they're kind of putting over. What I saw this week and what I'm picking up from what Sean is putting down is they're going for it, man. They're trying to push these young guys instantly and immediately. Feel bad for somebody like Josh Briggs who's been there already. Things are passing him by. And I know Booker talked at one point. No, man, and maybe it's just me, but for Josh Briggs, I feel like his character is not the greatest as far as exactly what his character is. But when he's in the ring and he's wrestling, he does a great job. I feel like he does.
He's not a bad wrestler.
He's a really good wrestler. I just feel like he's in this spot where his actual in-ring character doesn't have a character, if that makes any sense. There's no what is he? I know he's a heel, but what is he? That, and I think that's where the disconnect comes from, and people start to talk about him sucking. But I mean, they said John Cena sucked for years, and
that's true.
But so I don't really buy into what the crowd says too much about a wrestler, because they can turn on you just like Roman Reigns. They despised him for years, and now we all hold up the ones. So it's a character thing, and it's just when you find it, it's there.
It could change.
Stunning Steve, wasn't over with the crowd. So yeah, it just takes a little time. Even Goldust, wasn't over with the crowd. It takes a little time. But Josh Briggs, I know there's hope out there, and you can get there and you can do it. And then lastly, Tony D, I do like what they're doing. My only question is I'm not sure how it's coming across to the NXT crowd, because when he's there, it's like there's no real boos, there's no real yays, it's like a quietness. And I don't know if it's because most of everybody's confused and we don't know exactly what he's after, what he's doing, what his purpose and goal is. So that mystique is kind of a double-edged sword there, but I still like seeing Tony D come in, wreck shop, and just don't give answers as to why he's doing what he's doing. And so when you finally do learn or see what he's doing or pick up the pieces, I think it can be gold.
If I was him, I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't talk for the next year. I would just why is it? I'm telling you, NXT's thing, keep him quiet. Don't say anything. Don't nothing until the time is right, whenever that may be. I would just keep him silent. It's like, yo, why doesn't? Hey, Tony would love to have you for a conversation. Don't speak. Just stare at him and leave. I need them to be like, yo, what is his problem? I want people to be like, yo, what is his problem? That's what they need from him. Keep it up. They got time. They don't have to rush this. Tony D. I like what I see. Just don't say nothing.
I feel that. Oh man, let's talk about this next thing, man. Look, Shawn Legacy. All right. And this was, I thought, again, we're going in the young route of, I guess, for this ladder match. Okay, we had Shawn Legacy as well, advancing and getting his spot into the ladder match as well. We flash forward. Come on, man.
Yes, Lord. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Jesus.
That's part of the night.
Miss Parker, man. Look, I love this whole promo that she did, man. Talking about just, her watching everybody at home, how she was told that she wasn't good enough. Why is she here? I said, come on, Jay. I don't know why they said that to you. I said, because you got it. Mm-hmm. But then she also says that she's not going to let anybody dim her light. Light goes out. Come on now.
My girl.
And it's a dilemma.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Blake
That was shot
Monroe.
very well, by the way.
Done beautifully.
They shot that whole thing very well.
I love how they had I love how like when it was dark, like Jada was still talking on the mic.
Yeah.
She was like,
said,
what the?
She said, I know you lying. I know you lying.
I know you lying.
Jada.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, this is good stuff right here.
And then the light comes on and you see this, and you know, she's standing there just as fine.
Just angelic.
Red dress on,
just
camera
angelic.
shining directly. I said they shot this very well.
Black queens forever. Snow bunnies now. But that's not the case. That's not the case for this guy. That's not the case for this guy. Look, Mariah May is beautiful, man. I'm not taking anything.
No, Mariah May is beautiful.
I love everything about her.
I'm still a Jada fan, man. But I'm still Team Jada. But Mariah May was good.
I thought this was good though. Mm-hmm. I really like this. I like this really for Jada. It's so crazy because I think we was talking about this last week, Mr. Exclusive. I wish this was for the title, which is crazy.
Would have been beautiful for
Blake
the title.
Monroe. If she was still a North American champion, this would have been perfect for Jada.
Perfect timing.
But I get it. You know, maybe you don't want to put Jada on the mid card no more. Maybe you see her on the main card. But I mean, just like when I was talking about man Jay Movie Mania, and he was telling me this the other day. They want Jada for that main title. They said if she don't got that main title, they don't want her to be nothing else. I said, well, all right, come on now. I get it though. I mean, the promo that she cut, I said, yeah, Jada. She's got the charisma. She really does. I like the story. And then honestly, I was like, as she was cutting the promo, I said, is Jada going babyface? I said, I think so. And I mean, her talking to the crowd a few times, I said, yeah. Even her saying, because they know I'm Miss Parker. I said, oh, this is good. Yeah, she's got it though. I think there's a lot in store for this storyline. But yeah, I still wish this was for a title. I really do. So we'll see what happens with it. Honestly, maybe they'll figure something else out better for it. But we'll see. Because at this point, I tell you right now, if she don't got no title coming up soon, I don't want it. I'm feeling them on that same thing. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, no, Jada Parker, I think at this point, she needs to be in that main title picture. I had the same thought as sounds like all of us, each of you did, where it was like, man, this would be great if Blake Monroe had the championship, and I was thinking the actual NXT Women's Championship because I didn't even think about the North American Championship because I'm like, this is a perfect thing here where you have that perfect face and foil heel comparison or compatibility. Like you have the Blake Monroe and her character of like, oh, I'm always this damsel in distress, and I don't have my title, and what should I do? And and I get everything that I want, and then you have Jada Parker, who's just been struggling, trying to carve her way into the business and be accepted for who she is, but being told she's not good enough. But you see wrestlers that may not be as talented get these opportunities and get these pushes and title opportunities that or chances at least to carry the title, because Jada has had her fair share of title opportunities. And so I like this. I really do like having just a good face and good heel, and them two like really like going at it and duking it out. Like I think they hit here where it's not a manufactured like feeling of like and dislike between like of these ladies, as far as like, as an instance, JC Jane, she's the NXT champion. She doesn't really have a good like person to go against her. Like there's no real rivalry that she has with another person. So it's like all of her stuff is gonna have to be manufactured rivalries or reasons to fight or face a person. But these two here, you can see based on the promo that Jada cut to Mariah May coming out, like the differences in them and why they would not like each other. And I think that that's a perfect blend and a perfect mix to build a story around, and then just see one of them, come out on top, whether it be Mariah May or Jada Parker. Again, I'm Team Jada Parker, but this has something here, and I think Sean is going to do work magic with this. They just got to find a way to get a title involved in this, whether it be the North American title again or whether it be the NXT championship. But it would just really, really like send this rivalry here, over the edge for me anyway.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with you on that one. Mr. Food, you good right now, or
man, bro? I don't know what happened. I think my internet went out of the house, man. The snowstorm creeping up on us, y'all.
It's getting this, man. I know. I still got salt the driveway.
Bro, it was crazy. I was sitting there, and next thing you know, it went kaput. And I looked over, and I said, "Oh shoot, the internet is out." And then I looked over, and I'm like, "Oh shoot, oh shoot." But that's all right, though. That's what we got the phones for. But no, I mean, look, I love. I just, like we all said, I kind of just wish this rivalry was going to had a payoff in the end for the title. I don't even know if these two young ladies stay in NXT, longer than what we have. Especially with the Rumble coming up, I feel like these two young ladies are going to be a part of that Rumble, which would be good for both ladies. We talked a couple of weeks ago when we talked about when Jada. All the young people from the Rumble last year are on the main roster now. And so I feel like it's probably time for Jada to also make that leap. Now, I think if Blake gets on it, she may not go to the main roster right off the bat, but she will get a chance to, finally get her place and show her face, in a main roster situation. So for me, I'm excited to see this match, when it does unfold. And I just got a feeling at this point that it may be time for Jada to move on to that next spot. I saw something the other day, which I thought was interesting. They was like, hey, if they brought the baddies back, they should bring Jada Parker to go up there with,
Jay Cargill.
Yeah, with Jay Cargill, her and B-Fab. And so not Meechin, but bring them together. And I said it would work with her because she has that attitude would work for her. So like if they said, hey, Jada Parker, we want you to be U.S. champion. So her U.S. champion to her would just be like, it would work. Like, I'm saying? Like, it could work because they both can talk. Well, actually, Jada probably is the best talk out of the group. So it would still kind of help because Jay doesn't have to say as much. And, Jada would be Jade and Jada. Why not? I could see it. I saw that. I said that would be pretty cool. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they got going on with it. And it should be a solid match between Blake and Jade. So on Jada. So.
Yeah, man. Let's go to this next segment, man. We had good old the Vanity Project, good old Swipe Right beating Chase U. Okay. I thought this was interesting. And then after Tony D'Angelo again, just now this was after the match with I said, yo, this is insane. Look, Tony D'Angelo again choke slamming the hell out of everybody, and to the point where Ava comes out and they arrest the Don. I said, man, not the Don going to jail, not the Don going to jail. Okay, then we flash forward, man.
Oh, she won a match.
Man. Look, I know, right? This is crazy. We had a triple threat. Well, it really was, yeah, pretty much a triple threat tag team number one contenders match. It was Zaruka beating Ren QCC and Fatal Influence for the TNA Knockouts tag team titles. And honestly, it's Zaruka getting the dub, and with Zarya getting the pin. And this is the finish right here. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. This whole thing with Zarya and Soul, I've talked about plenty of times before, especially with just Zarya in general trying to get a title for herself. Seeing what happened at Genesis, She questioned Soul. She said, "Where was you at?" Soul said, "I just wanted to let you do your own thing." I said, "Okay, I get it." At this point, I need somebody to turn. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen soon now.
Never.
I think we're now.
I feel like we've been saying that for
like
7 months.
It's been a
gotta
year.
happen at
It's
some
been
point,
a
right?
year. It's been a year and a half. I think we've been saying this. Yeah, I think I just think I think we're gonna have to see this now. I think because we're seeing the friction, we're seeing, finally Zarya just starting to resent Sol Ruka. I said, yes, Zarya, be selfish. This is what I want out of you. Be just about Zarya. So I'm excited to see what happens with that. Honestly, again, Sean, you cooked up as normal. Not surprised on how the show went. In my opinion, I think one of my favorite parts of the show had to be Miss Parker and Blake Monroe killing it with that promo battle. But that's all I got. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Look, I'm just happy they got a W together. And I really just leave it at that. I'm just leaving it at that. Good for them.
I feel that one, man. All right, man. Mr. Exclusive, you with us? Let me see if he's here with us. Oh, hold on. He's muted.
He's fiddling.
There we go.
Look, you know how the internet is. I'm telling you, it's treating me like a stepchild. It's acting like it's working, so I may do a switch back here in a second. But, can that just be over already? Like, if this is going to happen, can we just move on? This is like this. It's like a married couple. You know it's over. We all know it's over, but you just sticking together for the kids. Like, why? Like, why is it still happening, man? Like, it ain't meant to be, and it's okay. Like, now, what I thought would have been cool was, and if they were going to do this right, I think that Zarya should win the North American Championship, and then have Soul get jealous of her. And it's like, hey, I would still have my championship if it wasn't for you.
If it wasn't for you.
And that's how you break it up. But that's just me just trying to be a part of creative, because at this point, these suckers don't know what they want. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it all kind of plays out. But I mean, it's just time for it to be over. It's like overdue.
Yeah.
Overdue.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, they just need to go ahead and pull the trigger on this point. I'm just like, look, if y'all trying to find a way to do it, just do it now. Let's just get this over with. All right. Well, I think Mr. Scoop is probably gonna be switching back, so we'll see what happens with that in a little bit. But we talked about some of the great things that happened with NXT. Now it is time to talk about the best part of the end of the week with Friday Night Smackdown.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Yeah.
Friday Night Smackdown. Look, I ain't even gonna lie, man, and I've been saying this last few weeks, last couple months. SmackDown has been the better show out of the main roster. I think it's the most entertaining right now, and I liked a lot of what I seen on SmackDown last night. They kicked this one off, boy. Look, with the lovable loser, Sami Zayn.
Shoot. This
He came out. It's his hometown. He out there in Montreal. They're gonna go crazy for Sammy. But who interrupts Sammy?
Dun, dun,
Come on,
dun, 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 dun,
Come on,
dun,
man.
dun, 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 dun.
Whoop that.
Come on, man. What that trick? What, man? He was to the phone. My man said, cut the music. I said, oh, okay.
Don't do that.
All right, Trick. And look, Trick coming out there telling Sammy, he said, He said, "Look, I'm here because I'm the man with 250. You the man with 250 chances." I said, "Hold up,
All
man.
right now.
Come on now." I said, yeah, Trick. I like this. I like this. But then who comes out? Damian Priest. Now, this is where it got a little interesting. Damian Priest comes out, talks about Trick, kind of gives Trick his props. But then he tells Trick, hey, look, when I got in your face and said something, you ain't do nothing. You was quiet. Before Trick started talking, goes and looks to the crowd. He tells the crowd, be quiet. He said, mind your business when grown folks is talking. I said, there we go. There we go, Trick. This is what I'm talking about here. Damian Priest challenges, Trick to do something. Go ahead, do something. Trick said, you know what? I'm going to do something. Watch this. Takes the mic, hits Sami Zayn, and then escapes, because Sami Zayn, Damian Priest get into a little shuffle. Trick gets out of the way of that. And man, this was great. I loved every single second about this. And man, when I tell you, Trick, boy, Hollywood Trick, two-brand Trick, first-class Trick, Trick and Trick Willy Wonka, boy. Look, I said this
Big
was
Willie.
good out of you, Trick. Trick Willie.
Trick Willie.
Trick Willie.
I don't know about Germany, but everywhere around the world love them some Trick Willie. I love that one, boy. I love that. Yeah, man. But this is a great segment, man. I really love this. I think just every week, man, when Trick is coming out there, he's looking good, man. I think he's got just the total package when he's coming out there. And again, the crowd. I love just when the crowd's going out there chanting, whoop that Trick. I'm like, that's giving him aura. And you know what else, Mr. School? This is how I know they was listening to us last week. Remember I said about the whole thing with the entrances?
Yes.
Notice all of his entrances was from start to finish. I said, y'all listened up this time. I said, all right. Somebody's listening. I think it's still Sean, but we'll see what happens.
Well, the best thing about this, y'all, is just seeing him grow. We've only seen a few people come right off the bat and do their thing. Finn first came out there. He was able to kill it and get on the main roster, do his thing. KO was able to do it. Shinsuke was able to do it. It's not often that an NXT star can come right in the mix and be with the Damian Priest and the Sami Zayn. And then there's no slouch. We talked about Sami Zayn, but Sami Zayn is an amazing wrestler. We'll poop on him for other reasons, but when they're in the ring, him and Damian Priest both are great competitors. And so for him to be able to come in there, stand up to people like him, go up against Randy Orton and talk, back and forth with him on the mic like it ain't nothing is very impressive to me. And so I love what we're seeing from Trick right now and how they are using him to get that started. This is what we was hoping for Trick when he came out, when he first came, or when he would eventually come to the main roster. And this is great. This is beautifully done by WWE, and they're doing a good job of making sure that he's out in the forefront. I am very happy with what they've done so far. Yes, it's still early, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, this is good stuff. That's Drake. This is good. This is good. It makes me happy to see where they got things right now. This is good.
Heartbreak Prince, what's your thoughts, man? What you think?
I just want to echo Mr. Exclusive sentiments, and I have been very impressed with how well they have been pushing Trick and using Trick. And I there's something about him that you can just tell makes people like sit up when he comes out. His intro, the walk, the way he you can tell he's healed, but you can tell he's taking it in. He's taking in the crowd, the vibe. There's an electricity that kind of runs through the building when you hear his music and you see him come out. And then his presentation, love. my man getting in the ring and holding up the lemon pepper steppers right before he gets in, and then doing dirty work in the steppers by taking out Sami Zayn and Damian Priest in only a heel fashion. And just it's just great. It's great for him. I'm glad they're doing what they're doing with him. I just can't wait to see when it starts to turn and we start to see him really in those one-on-ones going for the title, and what they do and how they continue to build around him. And that, like this come up and this climb here for him, I'm so down with. I'm so just excited to see, because I didn't know how he was going to mix and mingle with some of the top headliners on the main roster, especially when they kind of dropped him in right away. And it was like, well, hold on, because in NXT we saw him we saw the Young Trick, and we saw him kind of have his things where we used to talk about him fumbling on the mic a lot. But then like that TNA run, and all of a sudden he was great. Got just like overnight it seemed like phenomenal on the mic. But then when you say now you're on the main roster, now you're gonna do this in the ring with Sami Zayn, with Randy Orton, with Damian Priest, like
Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes. Like this is going like, oh snap, that's a lot of pressure. And he has risen to the occasion. And I know he's got a sports background, played in the NFL, played in college. So he's used to pressure. So I'm just happy for my man. I really am.
Yeah, there's one thing I wanted to that I forgot about, but I think they did also a good job of introducing him while they were overseas, because the international crowd is going to show love like no other. And what are the American crowds going to do when they get back? They're going to copycat the European crowds, because they're tired of people saying, "Oh man, y'all," and then they stole the Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. They stole that from them, and so I feel like him getting that energy over there will translate when they do. Because are they back in the States yet? No, because they got to stay. They got to go play. So so when they come back, eventually come back to the States. He was already over. We knew he was going to be over one way or the other, but I think it's just going to really help him even more. Just how the European crowd was accepting of him on that level. So this is good. This is good for Trick. This is good.
And one last thing, real quick, what I appreciated about it the most, like even being overseas, is that the European crowd knows about Trick, and they chant to whoop that Trick in the crowd. And if they're doing that in overseas, he's home, and that energy is there from where it originated. Like it should be extremely good for him,
WrestleMania, that WrestleMania entrance. And that's why I was a little excited. I wish the Rumble was here in the United States, because I just think that the pop that he would get here is probably better than in Saudi Arabia. It
might still be good.
I think it's still going to be good, but I feel like at home it would be different. But we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Whoa, I need it.
I'll be up in the house. My God.
And then just that stare, and then the beat goes off, and you just hit a whoop. And it's just, bro. I'm telling you, something about that ending right there. I'm like.
Yeah. I mean, is he the greatest wrestler in the world? Is the greatest wrestler in the world? No. Is he a really, really good wrestler with an amazing theme song and a great charisma? He's got everything else. Some people want to knock him because he's not that great in the ring. He's good enough in the ring.
Better than
James. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, let me put it like this: John Cena is not good in the ring. He's great everywhere else, and he's solid in the ring. Sometimes you don't have to be Eddie Guerrero or Chris Benoit in the ring. Some areas that you're better in, like Benoit was a great in-ring technician. He wasn't as great on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie Guerrero could do it all. Some people just have bits and pieces of everything. And he's really solid in the ring, bordering on be really good, and he's great at everything else. And that's all you need. That's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you need, man. Let's talk about this next thing, man. Oh, man, this is interesting. Okay. We got Ilya Dragunov going up against Carmelo Hayes, okay? Ilya Dragunov going up to the top rope, the Miz, okay, tossing off Ilya Dragunov with, Carmelo Hayes hitting his finish on Ilya Dragunov, which, I mean, was a hell of a move, by the way, how Ilya sold it. Getting the pin, getting the dub over Ilya Dragunov, not knowing that the Miz helped. So after the fact, Carmelo Hayes was pretty pissed off about it. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully, we're not going to see Miz it looks like he's trying to weasel his way back into Melo. I don't know. Then we flash forward. Now, I'm not going to lie. I kind of like this. I like this. Jordan, man, come on.
Is that Chelsea Green?
Yeah.
Chelsea Green.
That's my girl.
Yeah, Chelsea Green literally running, trying to get a head start. Getting a head start, bro. This was hilarious here.
Jordan Grace is nice on the eyes on this one.
Yeah. I mean, I think lately she's kind of been changing up her look, like a lot, which I've been all for. I've been all for when it comes to Jordan Grace kind of doing this. But yeah, I thought this was interesting here. Okay, we had Jordan Grace, sitting here, with. First of all, Chelsea Green she said to Jordan Grace, "Look, I got an opportunity for you. If you can be ringside with me," she said, "If this is just an opportunity for us to, take out Jade and to do something with Jade," Jordan Grace said, "Hey, that's all I needed to hear. I'm out there." Okay. So Jade goes out there, has a match with Chelsea Green, pretty much a squash match. And honestly, to the point to where Jordan Grace tries to call out Jade. I said, oh, and honestly, I really like the face-off between, it's something about this here. I said, this looks like an actual challenge. Like, I can see this. Now, granted, maybe I'm saying this because both of these women have the same type of muscle mass, but I mean, honestly, I think this works. I think this really does. I think we got something with this. I said this might be Jade's first actual opponent where I'm like, this could work. I hate to say it. I don't want to see my girl Jordan Grace lose because I feel like we still haven't even seen her get a title reign yet in anything, especially in NXT. But I think this will be good for Jade. I think this will be good for Jordan. You're kind of putting Jordan already in that main title picture, but it's good though. I think Jordan Grace can shine. But Jade's telling Jordan, not tonight. It was about time we finally seen Jade wrestle again. So it's been a little minute, so I don't know, man. But again, not too bad. I wasn't too upset about this. But we got to talk about these next few segments, man, because this is where it gets interesting. First of all right, we had the MFTs beating, the Wyatt Six for the tag team champions. Okay, we got. This was insane. The whole lantern thing with the Wyatt Six. I understand. I get it because that's the same one from Bray Wyatt. And that caused the confusion and everything's happening with that. But with Solo and Talatanga on the outside helping out, it's to the point to where these guys, they pretty much give it to Tamatanga. And Tamatanga using my man Will Ospreay's finisher, by the way. I thought that was crazy. But to get the dub over the Wyatt Six, and now the MFTs are the tag team champs. So we'll see what happens. But this right here.
Thank God.
This is what we got. This is what I want to talk about.
Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack, right here, baby.
This is what I want to talk about here, man. This was fire to the teeth. I love this right here. First of all, Cody was just sitting there first. All right. Michael Cole asking Cody, how do you feel after the title loss? Cody said, look, I'm not trying to think about that. I'm not trying to talk about that. Let's talk about the future. Then you just hear in the background, you hear everybody, oh, no, sir, no. Jacob said, get the hell out of my way. Hey, get the hell. Hey, I said, yeah, boy, here he is. That's what I'm talking about here. Jacob sat with Cody, told Cody, my main focus wasn't even you. My main focus was Drew for kicking my teeth down my throat. I said, okay, all right, Jacob, what else? He said, and Cody said, well, if it wasn't for you, I would still have my title right now. I said, that's probably right. That's probably right. You're probably right about that. But what was so crazy when it got real intense, okay, Cody telling Jacob that you seem to be a person that you don't think, you just act. You just act on what you do. I said, hold on, Cody, where you going with this? He said, you just acted. And he said, and you never thought. And he said, that's what got you into prison. That's what got you locked up. I said,
oh boy.
I said, Cody, yo, come on now. Hold on now.
Come on, man.
And
it's that white privilege talking, brother.
Man. When Cody said
I know you got a little Cuban in you, but man, you got to be careful how you sling them words out there like that.
Man, when Cody said that, I said, yeah, see, that's the American nightmare that I'm talking about. That's the heel side of Cody that I want to see out of this. Jacob got up, said, 16, locked down, 18 years old, locked down. I said, come on, they can talk about it. Man, he was about to have me run through the wall, boy. And then talking about I had 7 kids, no mattress. I said, my God, where'd y'all sleep?
What were y'all having sex at? That's the real question. Jesus Christ, everywhere. It doesn't matter.
Man, I said, my goodness. Man, look, Jacob, man.
I got fired. I got fired before I got hired.
Before I got hired. He said, but everything led me to you right here, right now. I said, come on, Jacob, talk about it.
Hell of a promo, man. Hell of a promo.
Man, look, I've been saying this. We've talked about it with this man, with the Magic Booth. I ain't gonna lie. Jacob, this whole segment right here, this was cinema right here. This might be one of Cody's best rivalries going on so far after the title situation. I love this. Jacob, though, I can't wait to see what he does tonight. This is actually, oh man, when Jacob said, he said, you must have thought because you fought some of my family. He said, you must think we all the same. He said, they don't make them like me no more. Hell, they don't make none like me. I said, hell, they don't. Hell, you right. Hell, no. I said, come on, Jacob. This is why we call you the man with the magic boot. I said, this man was going crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was insane. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, like, it coming from it was like, I like this. But this is what gives me hope. No matter what the outcome of this match tonight, I feel like this gives me hope that Cody doesn't win the Rumble, because I feel like if they're gonna want you to think Cody wins the Rumble and Jacob is the one that like causes him to, win the Rumble. So now they got to extend it a little bit long. Maybe it goes to Elimination Chamber or whatever, And I'm hoping that's the case. Like, I don't want to see Cody win the Rumble. So if this goes down, I think this could be a good like pre-liner. It's gonna be a good match. Jacob doesn't disappoint when it comes to in-ring ability. So it should be a really good match tonight, and it should be fun. It's actually gonna be look like a pretty solid Saturday Night Main event. With Shinsuke and AJ and Styles, which I'm surprised, but not surprised. Makes me also think AJ might be gone after the other part. So yeah, I'm pumped up to see this match. Man, Jacob is just so good on the mic, man. It
really is.
Embarrassment of riches, y'all. It's an embarrassment of riches. Dude is amazing. It's gonna be a good match. It's gonna be a good match. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win, but he's gonna be a good match.
We'll see.
Yeah, and this is a good way to just build another, like, I ain't gonna say main star, because he's already Jacob Fatu is already a star. He's already a WWE superstar, but it's just to build him up even more and get him probably into that main title picture, because he has so much promise. And I think he has his ability to tell a story and relate to people. Like, we can relate to a Jacob Fatu. It's understandable. 7 kids, 1 mattress. Like, you understand that, especially
where were y'all having these kids at, man?
Yeah, I mean, but especially if you know the struggle. We've seen our parents. That type of thing. So you know where he's coming from, and then you talk about being denied access or privilege or rights to things because of your background, and not knowing if you can get a chance and opportunity, and and people throw your decisions in your face, and then you say, but all of those decisions still led me to be right here, standing right now in front of you with this opportunity. And just to bring it full circle like that was just phenomenal. It was just a great promo. And then again, my favorite line was very similar to you, and that's what got me hype is when he said, you know, you think because you wrestle Samoas, like, you know, you like, you know what we're about or whatever, they don't make them like me no more. I said,
Yeah,
he said, hell, they ain't never
love it.
made them like me. I said, oh, yeah.
My guy.
I said, this dude right here, this dude right here, I said, yeah,
You know
that's
what?
where you get. That's where you get those chills. Go, yep.
Yeah.
And I said, this is great. This is great. And Jacob rose to that moment. He rose to that moment in that promo. And I want to give credit and props to, you know, everybody involved in shooting that. And then also, you know, I'm just making an assumption, and I could be wrong. You know, they say when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. But for Cody to kind of put him in that position to say, hey, look, I want to do this like with Jacob and have this thing with Jacob and have like and be able to have like this feels like a real rivalry that's starting to kind of unfold right before our eyes. And it's probably one of the better rivalries we've seen with Cody since he's been in there outside of Roman Reigns and his pursuit for the title. And so this is really good because I'm interested to see how is this going to shake up. And, you know, and like Jacob said, this is a misunderstanding. You know, I was going after Drew McIntyre, but you had to be hero. Boy, put your hands on me, and I don't care. At that point, my goal is this, and I don't care who I have to go through, whether it's Drew McIntyre and you, I'm going to do it. And I think it's just perfect for Jacob and the Samoan Werewolf. And I hope that this catapults him into some serious main event stuff because the guy's got talent and just he got talent and catchphrases for sure.
Yeah, man.
And that's a lot of what you need, man. Like, you know, you think of like some of the best wrestlers, they got their catchphrases, they got their, their sayings that is just over. Stone Cold and what? Or, Austin 316 or Rock and the most electric fight, and he's got his hell, which is great. His yada I mean, which is great.
Yeah.
And you there's more there.
Yeah.
Because he's in the, he's down here. But that line, they don't make him like me no more, which is dope. Put that into Cody's face after what Cody said. That was dope.
Smooth. I like it,
man.
I like
it.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about this real quick. That boy Drew. Now, Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Okay, what I liked about this, one of the things that he said, I don't even know why Jacob's coming after me. I'm not even the one that attacked him. I said, nobody reacted to that. Interesting. Which still makes me believe this might have been still Cody. But we'll see. But he pretty much called out everybody, talked about Trick, talked about Randy, talked about Sammy. I said, man, Drew, you ain't got nothing to worry about, bruh. You don't. We gonna keep you as champ for a long time. You need it, man.
Whole year, please.
Please. I hope so.
Year, please. That's all I'm asking for.
Then we flash forward, man, to Nathan Frazier beating Johnny Gargano, of course, with the help of Axiom. Candice LeRae trying to distract Nathan Frazier. Doesn't work. So good old Axiom puts his mask on Candice LeRae, distracting her, which led to distraction of Johnny Gargano, which led to my man Nathan Frazier getting the dub. Then we flash forward to somebody that's about toxic masculinity. Oh, man.
Hey, Kit, are you there?
Why is it so catchy? Why is it so catchy?
My God. Oh man. I love this, man. Look, Matt Cardona telling Kit Wilson, hey, if you want to handle something next time, let's handle it in the ring. Kit Wilson telling Matt Cardona that he's part of the problem. The biggest problem is the toxic masculinity. I loved everything about this. This was great. Then we flash forward. Oh man. This is interesting.
Look how
right here.
little Alexa Bliss is.
For real.
I know, right? I mean, that's
She looks
crazy.
so little, like she's pinning like a little kid.
Yeah,
4'2".
It's just tiny. Another number one contender. I thought this was interesting. We had two women's number one contenders tag team title match. One was for TNA. This one was for the WWE. But we had Julian Kiana James beating Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and also Nia Jackson, Lash Legends.
Is that Kiana James?
Yeah.
Getting the pin?
Yeah.
She I thought that was Tamina. I'm over here looking like, how did Tamina
nobody
come
meaner
back?
than Tamina.
Bro, hey, I'm just I'm okay, all right, I guess.
Yeah,
Look like
yeah. It's just I don't know, man.
It's crazy.
I just think this was I'll talk about this for a second because I feel like this one kind of bothered me a little bit. I just thought this was kind of messed up, man. Look, even for Raw, right? When the New Day walked up to Adam Pearce and said, hey, look, we're supposed to have, number one contender titles. We're supposed to have a title match. Where is it at? Adam Pearce says, oh, yeah, you'll be in a six-pack. Why the hell do they have to put their opportunity on the line just to get a spot? Well, I think it's a triple threat. So that's me. That's my bad.
No, I'm just saying. When did they get 6 tag teams in Raw? That's crazy.
No, they do. We just only see 3. That's just the problem.
3 of them. Yeah.
Now we go to here where we know Lash and Nia beat the Kabuki Warriors, but then you put them in a contenders title match, and they should have already had one. But it is what it is. I that just pissed me off. So I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it. Cody trying to talk to AJ Styles, tells me, it's like the more I'm kind of thinking about this, I think this might be it for AJ Styles. So it's kind of, I don't know.
Sad times.
It is. It really is. Then we flash forward, man, to the main event. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this was good. Trick Williams and Damian Priest going up against each other. Now, Sami Zayn, obviously outside the ring. Now, this ends in a no contest. Sami Zayn getting involved in the match, trying to beat the hell out of Trick Williams. Trick Williams getting himself together after he recovers, gets a chance to beat the hell out of Sami Zayn. Then, of course, Trick feeling good. You know how Trick gets when he like this because he did this a couple of weeks ago. And I say this a couple of weeks ago because he told you. Because it happened the same way, boy. Randy Orton came behind Trick Williams, hit him with an RKO. Then Sammy coming out to Randy, walking up to Orton. Thought it was respect, but no. Randy Orton RKO Joe ass too, Sammy. So that was pretty much it with that. And this is the finish right here.
Sammy got work boots on, man. What are we doing, bro? Like, them black work boots.
He's always wearing those. I'm like, man, come on. You make more than at least $500,000 a year. Like, come on, bro. They just, I don't know. But yeah, this was still a really good episode for SmackDown. Again, I really enjoy this way more than Raw. Trick killed it this week. I think for the last few weeks, showing who some of the new stars are. From the first time Trick done popped up at the desk with the lemon pepper steppers being on the desk to now, I think the presentation for Trick is looking well and promising. When it comes to Nia and Lash, I'm sick of the disrespect. Y'all keep giving these women, everybody else, the title opportunities, but the women that actually want a title opportunity. Blasphemous. That's what that is. And again, with this whole thing with Drew, first of all, I'm very intrigued to see what happens with this whole thing with Drew and Jacob and Cody because I'm starting to still think Cody might have been the one that attacked Drew. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I really love this episode. Of course, also Kit Wilson with the toxic masculinity. I think that's great. I love it though. I love it. But yeah, they continue to knock this out of the park every week so far, and I'm looking forward to see what happens tonight. Hopefully tonight, we'll see. I don't know. I can't. I still think Randy might be the one to win this, but we'll see what happens. Heartbreak Prince, what are your thoughts, man? What you think?
Yeah, nope, great show. Overall, Trick Williams sold that RKO, took it very well. And I'm just so happy to see him in this situation. But yeah, I do think tonight is RKO. I think it's Randy Orton's. I think it's his night. I think there's something there to this 15 getting this 15th title, and the crowd is behind him. Everybody loves Randy Orton, and I don't know how much longer he's gonna go. I know he says he's got plenty more tread left on the tire, but I think there's something to it. With him and John Cena both being from around that same time, John Cena going on to have 17, Randy Orton getting to 15 or 16 would be nice before he hangs it up. But the only problem is Drew just got the belt and Drew's on the heater right now, and deserves it. And so you can't take it from Drew right now, just yet. But I think for me, business wise, I probably would have Trick go over in this match tonight, let him face Drew and lose. Which just to put him in that spot to see where he is. Can he be in that at that level, or we know or feel like Trick can do it. We know he's led NXT and been part of it, but just to put him in that main title scene at a big PLE and just see him perform is what I'm trying to say, and how that goes. And I think he can take the L and still be okay. I don't want to see Randy go there and lose, because then it's like, all right, so what are we gonna do? So that's just my little nugget. But overall, SmackDown has been doing a great job these last couple of weeks. And I've just really been enjoying it. So yeah, they whoever's doing creative there, they've been doing a really good job. One quick thing though, on Jade Cargill. I don't know if there was pressure, because there's been a lot of stuff about us not seeing her in the ring, her being the champion for 70 some odd days and not wrestling, not having a match, defending it. I don't know how I feel about just yet, even now today, her having a match with Chelsea Green and it just amounting to a squash match. And I felt like they could have used anybody for that, like for NXT call up,
anybody,
known person. I don't like what that did for Chelsea. That was the one creative to me, blooper that I took from this show. I did not care for that. If you're going to have Chelsea Green, then let them have a match. But because to me, it still comes off as if you're trying to protect Jade by not letting her have these long matches. Or and I know that they would probably argue, well, we wanted to show that she was dominant. Well, you do that, you can do that with anybody. You can just bring up a no-namer from NXT, somebody in training, let her squash them in 3 seconds, get right back in front of what's her name's face, hold up the title, this, that, and the other, and it still sends the same message. But when you put somebody of a name of Chelsea Green in the ring and then you squash her, it's like, I don't know if I like that. That was disgusting. So
it's disrespectful.
Yeah, that's just me.
Yeah. It's absolutely disrespectful. I am so tired of these motherfuckers disrespect that is being shown to Chelsea Green. And like I said, Unreal pissed me off to a level I had never. I don't usually get upset about stuff like that or get this mad about it. But when I saw them say, oh, funky P.S. Michael Hayes, I wanted to go punch him in his decorated head throat. He pissed me off so bad. I sat there and said, so you said, well, she's not on the main event level. She can't be on the same level as Charlotte and Tiffany Stratton and all that stuff. And I'm like, she's perfect because she can help put people over. Yeah. I sat there and said to myself, like, he must be drunk. Now, he obviously, look, granted, don't get me wrong. Yes, she can put people over. We've seen it. But don't disrespect her like that and say that she is not on the level of the Charlotte Flairs or can't be on the level, because we've seen it. She can do everything you asked her to do. She can do. Yeah, they're treating her like the Miz, and and the Miz is not in his prime anymore. We know that. To me, Chelsea Green is just hitting her prime. And what are you doing? You're using her to be the Miz for the women? No, we're not doing that, bro. Like, it is time to show her the respect that she deserves, man. And that, like I said, that episode pissed. I don't get mad often. I was sitting there like, no, F this dude. And then Road Dogg had the nerve to come up there. At least I will give Road Dogg this much credit. Road Dogg said, I just think that she should have the belt. Well, what are you going to do with it afterward? I should just have the belt. And people make fun of him for saying, even I like, bro, you got to have a plan for that. But I get it, because he understands that, hey, let's just give her the title and we'll figure it out, because that's how talented she is. There's no reason why she should not be United States champion. She should help develop that belt the way that Becky has helped develop the Intercontinental Championship. You had your people in place, but you keep giving it to Julia, who, hey, let's just be honest with it, she ain't ready for this spot just yet. And they forced her into it. And it was like, well, who does she wrestle? I mean, it's just going to be the same old people. Great people. All those people down in NXT. You tell me she can't bring nobody from NXT and help build her up, man.
Yeah.
I hate him. I hate him. I hate his creative vision. Let me put it that way. I don't hate him as a
And how many times have we had heels, like had scary like championship heels? She's got the Secret Service, the Secret Service. Like, you could have done something. There's plenty of things you could have done with Chelsea.
Could have had them all with gold.
Yeah. Like, you've never faced real competition and that type of thing, because she's got the Secret Service, so like they always helping her out. And so every time you get into a match, you never you can't beat people one-on-one. You can do so much with her and the Secret Service, and
it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate. Yeah, God, is unfortunate.
I mean, that's what Seth was in his first title reign. When I got back into watching wrestling, he was like a scary heel, like a scaredy cat heel, running to management all the time.
I think I know how you feel, and I think somebody else does too.
I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
You're killing me with this. I never thought I'd say these words. R. Kelly has never been more right in his life.
Okay.
I hate him for this.
Man.
That chocolate factory just a little too long.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah, it's something else. But we'll see what happens with it. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I had a lot of things when I was watching Unreal. It just
it pissed me off. Man. I just know they can't. Their creative is not creative. That's what I learned the most from all of this. And karma is I hate to say it, Seth, but karma is fake all his injury and you get injured for real. So, karma. Can't do that type of stuff.
Can't do it, man.
Can't do it. Lied to everybody.
Just lied. Don't even tell the man you about to have it, man. You didn't want to tell him. That's crazy. Insane. But as always, please make sure y'all follow all of our social media, man. I tell y'all this all the time. You already know what it is. Facebook, we on that. X, we on that. Instagram, we on that. TikTok, on that as well. Hey, again, appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing. We're looking at about 254 subscribers and about 610 followers on TikTok, y'all. So keep liking it up, keep subscribing, keep throwing in those contents, and we're gonna give you that content the exclusive way. Come on now, you already know what it is. But we talked about I know, right? Oh man. But we talked about
hold up your shoes. Are you wearing lemon pepper steppers?
You know what?
Hey, yo, I think I might have had some pepper steppers on them big. I think I had some brown bad boys on in the closet somewhere.
Hey, I always got a pair of some lemon pepper steppers somewhere. It's like the magic boot, the lemon pepper steppers is right there.
That magic boot can't be topped right now.
Can't be.
Can't be.
Oh man. But we talked about some of the great things with Monday Night Raw, not too many great things. You know, Finn, man. Free Finn.
Free Finn.
And, you know, we talked about some of the great things happening with NXT. You know, Ricky Saints doing his thing. Keanu Carver, the YN Crash Out.
The YN Crash Out, baby. That's it.
And of course, Daruka. But of course, Zarya. And of course, you know, we talked about the best part of the end of the week with the 3 hours of heat, the 3 hours of fire, the 3 hours of nonstop storytelling that just kept getting better with Friday Night Smackdown, you know, with Hollywood Trick, 2 Brand Trick, First Class Trick, Trick NA. Come on now. Trick Willy Wonka. Trick Willy.
Trick Willy. Lemon pepper trick. Lemon pepper trick.
Oh, man.
It's the only way.
The only way. And, you know, of course, with Jade and Jordan Grace, but mainly Trick killing it. But, of course, Trick, you got to watch it back. Randy's always there. He's always there.
Out of nowhere, man.
Always.
Randy Orton's so funny, man. It's ridiculous. He's like... Randy done became the cool old man. It's like he's just a cool dude, man. Like, all right,
really,
we get it.
Oh man. But as always, I'm your humble host, your man, your myth, your legend, Eric Knight. We had the legacy make himself Mr. Exclusive, and we had the one man and the only man that can check into the Heartbreak Hotel, and that's the Heartbreak Prince himself. Because we're on the exclusive night that we always ensure that we're the best there is, the best there was, and the best that ever will
be, baby.
And to ensure that your nights
will never
be the same.
That's trick.
That's trick.
They don't make them like me no more.